much evidence with respect to him, so many statements he made spontaneously, and besides, the questioning of him was not about getting a confession, it was about getting intelligence, and he provided that by the truckload. The real problem is that there's other evidence that may very well come from classified sources that would be easier to handle in a military tribunal, much harder to handle in a civilian tribunal. Completely apart from that, you're putting Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, Ramzi bin al-Shub, and the others on the kind of stage that terrorists want to be on. They want to be on a big stage, and there's no bigger stage than New York. And they've proved that in venues from Mumbai to the courtroom in Virginia, where Musawi carried on for a year after a plea of guilty in order to turn his trial into a circus. And of course in Mumbai we saw terrorists shooting up a city to attract attention to themselves. They want a big stage, and they're going to get a big stage when they come here.
Now the families of some of the 9/11 victims, and they're not alone in this, are concerned about them having that stage, possibly spewing jihadist propaganda and recruiting perhaps new terrorists, both on our homeland and overseas. And let's face it, this is probably going to be one of the largest covered trials that we've seen by the media. How concerned are you about that? And what specifically can a judge do in that courtroom to control it?
A judge has a variety of tools available to control it, from physically shackling a defendant to removing a defendant and making him watch the proceedings on television. But of course, no judge is going to want to do that in the view of the world, because then people will claim that the trial is somehow unfair. And so you do run into that problem. Defendants can be excluded, defendants can be restrained. That, I think, is less of a problem than what they say on the outside and what they issue in statements.